skeptically over his popcorn. It was on Nassau, I said. He was doing spy stuff. The stories you tell! How am I supposed to know when you're bullshitting me? Another way I spoiled Sam was to let him swear around me. His mother hated it, which I loved. I sipped too sweet Coke. Someday you'll appreciate your old man. Hey, as dads go, you're one of the cooler ones. Not cool, just one of the cooler ones. I'd settle. Sam, actually Nathan Samuel Heller Jr., but his mother and I decided one Nate around the house was plenty. More than enough, as it turned out. Had caught up with my 6 feet now. He had my late mother's Irish good looks, the Jewish half of my heritage nowhere to be seen in either of us, and we looked enough alike to be brothers. If he had a really old brother. Oh, and he had his mother's brown hair, not my reddish variety. Cut in that Mo Howard bowl haircut the Beatles had bestowed on American males. Once upon a time, I'd wished he would let that dumb crew cut grow out. Careful what you wish for. Listen, Dad, I need to talk to you about college. I'm thinking about liberal arts. Not business? No, I want to be able to take music courses. Like the Beatles had ever studied music. Sam was my only son, my only kid, period. I had no desire to reshape him into Nathan Heller Jr., even if that was his name. But I did have a successful business, the A1 Detective Agency, here in Chicago, and with branches in Los Angeles, New York, and more recently Las Vegas, and I hoped he'd eventually take it over. Not as a detective. Private eye days were long gone. Hell, they'd even canceled Peter Gunn. But the agency was a very profitable business indeed, and Sam would make a great executive. He was smart and personable, and already pretty darn savvy. Music, huh? I said lightly. You'll teach then? What, marching band? Chorus? What's the starting salary? $3,500 a year? Money isn't everything, Dad, said the kid with 2 well-off parents. Anyway, he went on, I don't want to teach. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe keep playing my music? His music. The last time I looked, his music was the Beach Boys, Beatles, Chuck Berry, and what was that instrumental group? The Adventures? Surf music. Jesus God. Or something else, maybe, but not business. He said the word the way a Republican says Democrat. You know I'll support you any way you want to go, son, but you might, I'm just saying, might want to... It's starting, Sam said, meaning the movie, or anyway, the previews. And it was starting. The first major struggle between father and son, at least since back when he wanted to stay up and watch Johnny Carson on school nights. So August flew by, and we went to the fights and to ball games and more movies and had plenty of great food with an emphasis on Gino's Pizza. We loafed around my old-town bachelor pad and watched my color TV with its impressive 21-inch screen. I even arranged for an afternoon tour of Hef's mansion, just to give Sam a little hint of what being a successful businessman might bring. Anyway, it was September now. This was Saturday, and Labor Day was Monday. Back in Beverly Hills, school had been in session a couple days already, but I'd arranged for Sam to stick around so I could give him his 17th birthday present. The Beatles were performing tonight at Chicago's International Amphitheater. This was the hottest ticket in town, the latest stop on a 24-city, 32-day tour. Tickets were going for $2.50, $3.50, and $4.50. A really great dad, with just the right connections, might be able to score his kid one of those tickets. But I could top that. Just like the Beatles could top Elvis Presley, whose first amphitheater appearance had required 200 policemen for security. 350 cops were being put on for John, Paul, George, and Ringo, plus a couple hundred firemen with a half-dozen ambulances standing at the ready. But celebrities like these required personal security as well, for their Midway Airport arrival, their Stockyard Inn press conference, and the concert itself. And that was where the A1 Detective Agency came in. Allan Edelson, who was handling press arrangements in Chicago, said Brian Epstein himself had requested me. I pretended to be impressed, and later really was, when my son informed me that Epstein was the boy wonder who had discovered and signed the Beatles. Mr. Epstein had apparently read of me across the pond in a News of the World story about Hollywood's private eye to the stars. In reality, I